Hey guys, if you're looking for the Daily Dispatch, it doesn't exist anymore. It didn't get cancelled, it got rebranded. It's now called Newshouse, and it's going to be on the AskMen.com site. So you can find it there. You can also find it right here on YouTube, in the exact same spot that Daily Dispatch used to be. Except it's not called Daily Dispatch anymore. It's called Newshouse. Am I over-explaining this? Daily Dispatch is now Newshouse, just so we're all on the same page. It's Newshouse rebranded, there's a new bumper and everything. It's actually a really, really great show. It's a lot better than Daily Dispatch. It's not. It's the exact same show. It's just as good as Dispatch was, with new bumpers. Newshouse is what it's called. High fives banned in Canada. Lots of porn moves get banned in the UK. Resurrection hopes are dashed when the family keeps a corpse in bed for 6 months, and no one in Hollywood looks the way you think they do. No one. Like a diligent taxidermist, I'm going to mount a bunch of current event animal parts together and create a woodland chimera with a wolf head, beaver body, buck antlers, ptarmigan wings, bear legs, and a squirrel for a tail. I'm pretty sure this thing comes alive at night, feeds on my dreams, but it's okay, sleep is for the weak. News. Newshouse. First up, if you're a crossing guard in Peterborough, Ontario, you can't give high fives anymore. Yep, apparently officials in Peterborough have outlined a strict policy that restricts all forms of physical contact between crossing guards and children. The CBC reports that parent Jason Hartwick says a guard pulled him aside and said, quote, "We were told in no uncertain terms that we're not allowed to give high fives to the kids anymore." Yep, he was pulled aside by a crossing guard and told the crushing high five embargo news. The crossing guard high five is something of a tradition in Peterborough. When Hartwick told his 4-year-old little boy, the little guy broke down crying. The city has cited safety issues, but it just sounds like they don't want crossing guards inappropriately touching kids, so they're 86ing the high five. Which makes sense, you know, like stopping car accidents by making cars illegal. Hartwick says it's innocuous. All the guards do is put their hand down and the kid comes over and gives them a high five. I'm on your side, Hartwick, but sounds like you're describing a low five, in which case I stand by Peterborough's decision. This isn't a circus. Low fives? No, sir. If you're gonna go low, you give a full low 10 like a goddamn gentleman. Parents and kids are protesting to lift the high five ban, and I wish them good luck. Speaking of banning, they're also banning a long list of scandalous porn moves in the UK. Porn producers have been advised by an amendment to the Communications Act that they can no longer film the following specific acts in a pornographic film. The list is as follows: spanking, caning, aggressive whipping, penetration by any object associated with violence, physical or verbal abuse, regardless of if consensual, urolagnia, known as water sports, female ejaculation, strangulation, face sitting, and fisting. So, porn. It's now illegal to make porn in Britain, I guess. Look, stop being a stereotypically Victorian version of a British Puritan, Communications Act. Fuck. All that's missing is for your monocle to fall into your champagne glass when the vicar farts in his prostitute girlfriend's mouth while he motorboats the Duchess of Sloppy Bottom's gargantuan jubblies. Too far? Yeah, no, I figured as much. Thanks. It's a good note though. Thank you. Next up, more troubling news from Canada, but it's a touch more grim than a high five injunction. How much more grim? Well, a Hamilton family kept the rotting corpse of their father/husband locked in a bedroom for 6 months in the hopes that he would undergo some kind of resurrection. Because Jesus. Yep, the body of Peter Wald, which was covered in 2 blankets and wore a toque, super Canadian by the way, had attracted rodents and was so decomposed it was impossible to identify by photograph, which was tough for both family portraits and his social media presence, because of the profile pic. I know, it's too soon, But listen, 6 months, rodents, a toque? Look, I want to offer the appropriate amount of compassion here because a man is dead and he was a beloved father and husband, and that is sad, truly. And I have no issue with faith or belief systems that don't infringe upon anybody else's. But what the actual F word, Wald family? Faith or not, you had to have sensed by month 2 that God was busy with other stuff, no? I mean, I guess by the time you got to month 5, you were like, well, he's not going anywhere now, so we'll keep praying and see what another 6 months brings. I get that. And part of me thinks the Walds weren't really hurting anybody. But another part of me thinks that this shows a pretty dysfunctional, potentially unhealthy... You know what? What do I know? No worries. It's all good, Wald family. You do you. I don't want to offend you because you seem to have very strong religious convictions, and we all know that those are the most sacred/terrifying. Colin Wald, the family's matriarch, was put on 18 months of probation and ordered to seek counseling around the public health concerns of the incident. The court said, Your belief that your husband would resurrect is not an issue. Adding, this is not about your religious beliefs. It is about your safety and the safety of your children and the safety of the community at large. Yep, we were also a little worried that you were going to try and stop one of your daughters from going to the prom and getting teased, resulting in her killing her entire school with her mind powers. It's a Carrie joke. I'm kidding! God loves jokes! Just look at the capybara! Capybaras are hilarious. Truly hilarious. It's nature's clown. Kayleen Wald said she wants to put the whole thing behind her and now lives in Fort Erie with her kids and won't be doing the whole keeping a corpse in the hopes of resurrecting it thing ever again. Phew. All right. Well, that's cool then. No real harm done. Now, but joking aside, I'm truly sorry for the family's loss and that the resurrection thing did not pan out. Sincerely. Because that would have been truly amazing. And zombies are so hot right now. They're really a big deal. I mean, Walking Dead is just killing it. Last up, no one in Hollywood looks the way you think they do. None of them. I know, maybe slow news day, but I'm not just talking about magazine spreads, which we all know are heavily photoshopped, but movies as well, which we don't always think of as modified. But there's an elaborate system called beauty work that Mashable reports is a digital procedure in which a handful of skilled artists use highly specialized software in the final stages of post-production to slim, de-age, and enhance actors' faces and bodies. And that's why celebs always look like they've just aged 15 years after pulling a 4-day bender eating irradiated plutonium in a sandstorm when they get paparazzi'd at Trader Joe's. No judging. Guess what? They're human, and that's okay. You know what? I'm not even a celeb, and even I use beauty work. These shows are shot 24 hours ahead of time, and most of that time is spent in post making me look pretty. Off screen I look like a turkey leg with a soul patch. It's all CGI, most of it. So just know that all celebs are pretty much bags of sand with wigs, concealer, and sunglasses on. The rest is digi-magic. Oh, also, speaking of digital manipulation, Madonna just showed everyone her boobs again. The joke there is that they've been played with a lot, with fingers, and probably also photoshopped a bunch. She's 56 years young, so let's have a look at those boobies. Yep. They look pretty good, but I mean, 56? If you really want to make a statement, Madge, you'll rock a topless photo shoot when you're 76. No Photoshop. Then you'll prove once and for all that you are truly the queen of pop, no matter how ancient your dumplings look. A little life hack for you there. Okay, that's it for the News House. Share this video immediately, if not sooner, and tell someone with your mouth if you liked it. I'm Mark, and to really make an impression on a first date, learn the names of your date's entire family and ask about all of them by name, one by one, as if you know them intimately already. It's not creepy at all, and will give your future wife a warm, not at all stalkerish feeling about you. Also, bring your own cutlery to the restaurant, and remember not to be too nice. Girls hate a pushover. That's all sound advice. Heads up, if you miss me between shows, you can follow me on Twitter at MarcBowler1. That's MarcBeaulaeu1. So, clickety-click.